On my mind, gotta hustle and grind. Financial literacy always on my mind. I'm stacking knowledge, no time to waste. Gotta invest smart, gotta keep up the pace. I'm reading books, learning all the tricks, studying the market, making calculated picks.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Reckless Rated Arrow, and we are back at it again with another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. This is the end of year. This is going to be the last one for December of 2024. Getting ready to go into 2025. We are geared up, and we're going to talk about it because, as I've stated, we give full disclosure, full transparency, the facts, the truth over here. So we're going to talk about it. And that's good, bad, or ugly. And not every year is phenomenal. Not every year is good. But as I always say, you finish the year strong. So first and foremost, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. For those of you who are checking the video, definitely make sure to hit the like down there. We always welcome comments. Obviously, this early in the video, I mean, you could say hi, whatever. But as questions come up throughout the video, drop me a comment because I do dip into my comments. Generally speaking, on this channel, it's as I do uploads, but every once in a while, I'll be checking the video on my other channel, which is just straight up Reckless Rated Arrow. If you're not tapped in, be tapped in. But this is Bag Talk all the time. So I will comment on that one too if I see questions as I'm looking at my videos to see how they're doing. Also, if you're not subscribed, if you've been here more than twice, why are you not subscribed? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free support. Those are all the free ways to support me. There's other ways to support down in the comments. I've got referral links for products that I do actually use. What else do I have down there? I think I have some, like, if you guys want to, like, buy me a cup of coffee in Bitcoin or throw me some donations, it's got the Cash Apps down there and some crypto addresses because we talk about crypto over here a lot. And yeah, like, let's jump into it. So this year, first and foremost, we're going to get to the fun stuff. Let me pull to the screen this bad boy. And let's talk about it. So let's go as we peruse the top of this screen. We got to get up here at the very top. First and foremost, we're going to talk about Bitcoin dominance, which is still at 54.3%. Ethereum dominance at 11.8%. Gas fees are low. Good time to make trades. Everybody's off the chain. 3.5 Gwei. That's manageable. Those are numbers I like to see. A couple of weeks ago, it was up over 10. That's numbers I don't like to see. Prices start getting a little bit expensive. You start sweating a little bit. You start having to do some shimmying if you're going to move across the Ethereum chain. I don't think that the prices that you get in the single digits are nearly as bad normally. I don't get on Ethereum unless I'm doing over, I'd say, somewhere between $250 to $500 of transaction. So it kind of justifies the gratuitous fee. It makes it acceptable to me. Top 3 trending coins right now. Let's talk about it. We got at number 1, TEMA. Number 2, we have Virtuals Protocol. At number 3, we have AIXBit by Virtuals. Moving on to the next section. Got top 5 gainers and losers. We're looking at a pretty sideways day in the market. These are numbers that are decent, but, you know, nothing spectacular. We're not seeing no over 1,000% gains, no 100% gains. Everything's in the double digits. It's a sideways day for the bull run. At number 1 on the top 5 gainers, I'm hoping that everybody gets a chance to visit this list. And if you've been following along, you should, because we gearing up. We getting ready for it. At number 1, at rank 525, we have AI Companions, AIC, with a gain of 65.8%. At number 2, we have at rank 964, Swarms, with a gain of 47.4% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 312, Wood, with a gain of 43.1% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have at rank 945, Durdaku, with a gain of 39.1%. And last but not least, At number 5, we have at rank 479. We have Luna by Virtuals, 39.6%. Over on the top losers, hoping you guys aren't on this list, but this looks like sideways movement could be presenting an opportunity to get an entry point to buy down your cost average. Do with that what you will. But at number 1, we have at rank 999, we have Tima with a loss of 21.2% in the last 24 hours. At number 2, we have at rank 602, we have Unicorn Fart Dust with a loss of 23.8% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 806, we have Kiki Cat with a loss of 23% even in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we are at rank 977. We have Spore with a loss of 17.5% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, number 5, we have at rank 967, Shogoth with a loss of 17.3% in the last 24 hours. So let's get to the conversation that we're going to have today. Wrapping down the end of the year, this is the last one of the month. I'm going to be interested to see where we are sitting, because even with these numbers, Bitcoin is no longer above 100K. It's actually down to 93K at the time of this vid show. Actually, let's go back and see where we're at. Get it accurate. Yep, 93.935. 93.5. Ooh. One of the things that we did, I'll go ahead and give a little teaser before we jump over into the portfolio. I went ahead and placed another long. Like I said, I am ignorantly long on Bitcoin. I'm going to, hopefully at the open of the markets on Monday, as we roll in, because we will be getting paid on the 3rd of January. Our first check comes in 3 days into the year of 2025. I will be getting my last 2 shares to round out my 10-share goal of MicroStrategy, but that's not going to be the last shares of MicroStrategy that I purchase. We should, hopefully, depending on what the prices are, we should be grabbing at least a share every month when the dividends come in. Now, these first 3 months, as you know, all dividends will be staying locked in, so I will probably be making some excessive purchases of MicroStrategy and Misty as we get to those end of the month. We're trying to secure up that week 4. We have a goal of hitting 1,200 shares, which is a definitely doable goal. We are at like 738 right now, so that puts us at a little bit under 500 more shares to get. It's a tall goal, tall order, tall glass of milk, if you would, but that's what we're looking at doing during that focus time. We're gonna push as hard as we can to get to those 1,200 shares, so that way we can get that income and we can be buying Bitcoin, or following the Bitcoin strategy, which right now is just going to be building up that income pool that we will be using to basically facilitate our leaving the workforce early. We have hit our Bitcoin metrics, so everything that we hit now is gravy. We broke the solid full Bitcoin. We will be making some moves at the beginning of the year, because this year we were supposed to, we're building up towards the bull run, which we are looking at next year as our target for that. We were obviously getting in position. We did have some hits this year, though, and we're going to talk about that, because we got to talk about the wins and the losses. So as we jump into the portfolio, moral of the story, I dropped another long because we hit 93, and that was a metric for me. I was like, that's too low. Like I was like, that's another good spot to throw a little leverage long in there. We got a couple of leverage longs that we're playing. I've got 3 open. And yeah, like we're looking at it as it dips. I've got a little bit more dry powder in the holster for one more should we hit 90. If we break below 90, I will be probably dumping a bunch of money into the markets to I'll be sale shopping, because all of you will be quitting crypto and talking about it's a scam. And B, I'll be placing a few more longs. I don't know that that's going to happen. I've heard some kerfuffles. People are talking about Bitcoin's got to go back down to 70. And I'm like, geez, I hope it does, because that would be an awesome infinity long if we're going into a space where we're going to be over 200K Bitcoin next year. But we'll see how it plays. I'm really interested to see what the market's doing. But let's go ahead and give the final number. So for the year of 2024, our portfolio, we did 2.9%. So we were in the positive. We did not beat the S&P 500. We did not beat Bitcoin. We did not beat the NASDAQ 100. We, by definition, as far as I'm concerned for investments, failed on all metrics. But is it an actual failure? And that's the conversation that we are going to have when we get in here. So let's share this screen. Let's get through the top 10 and then let's talk about it. So at the top 10, we have Solana, SOL. We have number one. That's our number one holding. Now it's been jockeying with a couple of other positions here lately because we're on this dip. But Solana's still been holding strong as the number one holding in the active portfolio. At number 2, we have Ethereum, ETH. At number 3, we have Injective, INJ. At number 4 now, we have Aave, AAVE. At number 5, we have Radium. At number 6, we have Superverse, SUPER. At number 7, we have Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token, JLP. That's always a mouthful. At number 8, we have Wrapped Bitcoin. At number 9, we have Immutable X. And last but not least, at number 10, we have Akash Network, AKT. Now, couple of things that we'll be doing is our cash reserve, our wrapped Bitcoin that we would. So like as I've been moving money around, I always make it a point to throw some in a wrapped Bitcoin position. So I've got a couple of different holdings of wrapped Bitcoin, and we're going to take that and we're going to convert that over to our Lido staked Ether and get that moved into cold storage. That's going to be one of the first things that we're doing come January 1st. I also have the Bitcoin that I've been accumulating in the Bitcoin Standard, the physical Bitcoin. That is also going to be going into the Lido staked Ether position because this bull run is for accumulating Bitcoin, and I want to start those positions over as we're moving through the new year, because we're not completely tearing the portfolio down like we did last time, because this is the bull run portfolio. So we're going straight through to the blow off top. Then we'll tear it down with all the positions. And we'll see what we decide we're gonna sit in and what we're gonna keep rocking. But so far, that's what we're looking at doing. So that wrapped Bitcoin position will be dropping out of this portfolio because we're gonna go ahead and transfer it out. We will also be getting rid of most likely this USDC position and this Lido staked Ether. I'm going to go ahead and transfer that to cold storage, so that way it's just out of the way, so we don't have to look at it moving forward. But we're going to have to scroll down here into the losers section. This is a section of the portfolio that I like because as of this year, these are duds. They're positions that we're either not in yet or are duds. And our biggest loser for this year, we're going to have to talk about. We've got a couple, but Whales was a big dud for me. It didn't do what I thought it was going to do. I thought there was going to be more interest in the reward token and gamifying that. And that was the reason I got into that, because that what Whales is, it's a market over on Solana. And the points that you accumulate for using exchanges such as and platforms such as Camino Finance, which is a big one that I use, gives you points. And so does I believe Jupiter Protocol. For a while I saw some of their stuff was on there as well, and people will buy in to take part in those airdrops to get more of the airdrops. They get more points, but it didn't seem to take off. Another one that we just got destroyed on was Prisma governance token. Now, the other thing is, this is the reason my position sizes are roughly about $500 to $1,000, because when you get a big old dud, it's a hard hit. We also have Pulse Chain down here in the loser section. Didn't do so well. I still have stuff staked over there. I need to get back on that chain and just kind of snoop around and see what my stuff's done, because like I should have some stuff sitting there, but I ran into issues offboarding from the Pulse network, so it wasn't something that I was going to continue using. So there's a little bit of money over there. Whatever. It did go up for a little bit. It was sitting nice for a while, but considering that I couldn't get the money off the chain, it kind of doesn't help me. We'll put it that way. Gamma Strategies was another one, but I'm hoping with Whales and Gamma that maybe during the bull run we can do something with this, because Gamma infrastructurally is doing a lot of stuff on the back end of a lot of these DeFi protocols. So it is being used, and this token does have random ridiculous spikes. So hoping we can catch like that wave. But these were kind of a few of the ones where I'm like, these are the things that drag your portfolio down. Because globally stuff can be bad, but like those specific ones were ones that we picked out that were not winners. Synthetics Network, we won on that. Wormhole, airdrop, we couldn't lose on that. Pyth Network is doing pretty good for itself. Our Lido staked Ether, or Lido staked Mavic, got a little bit of that. Dimension, pretty much an airdrop. We bought some of that as well. Another one that's actively losing that's up towards the top 10 is our TIA position, our Celestia position. We're down 52% on that one also. And we bought, so moves that we made today, we bought some more Celestia because we dropped below our $1,000 marker for that. So I bought some more of that. We're looking at buying either some more Thorwallet decks, which we're actually only up 10% on this right now. They're taking a beating, but I use that platform. So like I can always buy and stake those tokens. It doesn't really matter to me what the price is on this, because my position is 100% based on facilitating low fees and supporting the platform, because I use the wallet. I use that platform. What else do we have over here to talk about? We're looking at picking up some more Rune. Rune is down a little bit. Celestia got kicked in the teeth. Camelot Token Grail is doing what it does. We have a pretty decent entry on that. Akash Network, we are a little bit in the red on that right now. Immutable X, I believe that we are up on that, if I'm not mistaken. Like, we're not doing bad. Jupiter Perpetual Liquidity Provider Token Network's been a hard winner. Superverse has been a winner. Our big win for this year, the only one that we had hit 300% before the year was out, was Radium. Aave, we're also up 100% on this position. It is climbing the list because as we get in the bull run, people are using these infrastructural tokens. This is a DeFi player. It's been around for a long time. Definitely, we've got our Aave staked. It's a position that I personally love. Injective Protocol, we're down a little bit on that one. The Tendermint, Cosmos ecosystem plays have been other than great. We'll just put it that way, like across the board. Fortunately, we have ways to make money within that ecosystem. And again, we're up 2.9% for the year, but a lot of this is getting set up for next year. So I am expecting great things out of this portfolio next year. I'm not closing this down like we did the years previous, where we condensed down into Ethereum and then redeployed out of that, with the exception of the stuff that we have set aside for specifically from plays that we've made that go specifically into the Bitcoin pool, which is our long-term high conviction holds, which means it will be getting converted over to Lido staked Ether. Looking at that, going in and not having necessarily the greatest year. But this is only a part of our portfolio. Again, over here on Future Financial Strategies, we are very asset based. Now, the portfolios that are just Bitcoin have completely outperformed this portfolio. We're up hundreds of percent, over 100%. Our traditional finance portfolio, our long-term holdings, that portfolio's up. We've beaten the market, all of them, with the exception of Bitcoin. My traditional finance portfolio is actually, it has beaten Bitcoin because we're above the 30% ARR. We have not beat Bitcoin for this year, but our target and metric now is Bitcoin's risk-free annual rate of return, which is around 30%. So I'd factor 30%. If I can't do better than 30%, I don't really want to be a part of it. Our income portfolio has been a beast this year. Not only has it printed more money than we've seen since the great old yield farming days consistently, it's also up over 30%. So that did pass muster. This is in preparation for next year. So sometimes when you're looking ahead, you've got to be in a position to where not everything's going to win across the board. And we're looking for exponential wins. Going into 2025, we're looking at income or exponential growth. So this is planting the seeds for exponential growth. And moving into the beginning of 2025, we're probably going to keep some more money filtering in. I know I was going to pull back after Bitcoin gets above 100K. We pull back a little bit. We send money over into the Misty positions. But these first 3 months where we've got those portfolios kind of bolted down, we're going to be doing the Bitcoin standard. We're getting ready to go back into just buying Bitcoin. We're getting ready to start making some more Bitcoin buys because we're gonna have some money to throw around. We're gonna have a little bit of dry powder, and I don't want to be redundant on one side of things, especially if prices are amicable. So as we're rolling into the new year and we get to the third, and we have some of that money coming in, we're gonna buy some Bitcoin. Nothing wrong with that. We're also going to be buying a lot of Misty and a lot of MSTR because those are also part of the Bitcoin standard. But when looking at this portfolio, this is a clear example of like everybody talks about the wins. Very few people are going to tell you about their losers. Very few people are going to tell you that their portfolio didn't outperform anything else that they did that year. And people will go, oh, well, maybe you should have put that money towards some of your other stuff because you might be better at it. And I always say, well, we can have that discussion next year because we haven't had altcoin season yet. We're still getting positioned for altcoin season. So we'll see what we're dealing with once altcoin season rolls in, because this portfolio specifically, I am excited about. And hopefully we have enough time to add another position or two. But keeping it transparent, like this wasn't a good beat your chest performance year. It just wasn't. It was a preparation year. This is the planting the seeds year. Hopefully you got in your positions. Hopefully you're taking advantage of these dips to get into other positions that you might have been interested in, because time's running short. And like once we start rolling, it's going to be rolling and we'll have stuff to talk about and we'll beat our chests. But until next time, people, I will see you next year. Next time we'll be talking will be in 2025. We're going to have the first portfolio update. It's going to be exciting. 2025 is going to be a good year, people. Till next time, this is your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and this is another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates.
Money on my mind, yeah. Focus, got no time for games, nah. I don't play, man, I'm all about that financial literacy. Investing in my future, building generational wealth. Dollar bills, they be calling my name, but I ain't chasing fame, I'm chasing change. Learn the game, now I'm playing it smart. Putting my money to work, it's an art. I'm stacking paper, building my own empire. No more living check to check, I'm getting higher. Investing in stocks, real estate, and more. Gotta secure the bag, that's what I came for.